Jen?
Yes. And yet, between your minds, there is no gap. To join his dreams is thus to meet him not, because his dreams would separate from you. Therefore, release him merely by your claim on brotherhood and not on dreams of fear. Let him acknowledge who he is by not supporting his illusions by your faith. For if you do, you will have faith in yours. With faith in yours, he will not be released, and you are kept in bondage to his dreams. And dreams of fear will haunt the little gap, inhabited but by illusions which you have supported in your brother's mind. Wake up!
And the illusions is always some kind of illusion of guilt. Illusion of guilt, because that's what illusion really means. If we're holy, anything that is not true has to be the opposite of holiness, guilt. So it's illusions of guilt that we're holding on to as true, and now we're denying ourselves the holiness that's the truth.
And illusions of fixing the world.
Fixing the guilt that doesn't really exist. Yeah. Okay.
Be certain, if you do your part, he will do his, for he will join you where you stand. Call not to him to meet you in the gap between you, or you must believe that it is your reality as well as his. You cannot do his part, but this you do when you become a passive figure in his dreams, instead of dreamer of your own. Identity in dreams is meaningless because the dreamer and the dream are one. Who shares a dream must be the dream he shares, because by sharing is a cause produced.
By sharing is a cause produced?
Yeah, that's that thing he was talking about earlier. If you agree that another person's dream is true, if you agree, then you're making it, you're causing the reality as if it's true. You're making it look like it's true. And if you don't support his dream, you're withdrawing the support. You're going to help him let go of it and release himself from it. If we agree, let's say if someone says, I'm this, and it's not a reflection of the truth, I'm stupid, and you decide they're stupid too, you're just supporting their dream, that they don't have the ability, and then everything is done according to that decision, and now you treat them like they're stupid, then they reinforce the fact they're stupid, and pretty soon they convince themselves, and you've convinced yourself, and that's just one example. But we do this with each other. We decide these, and we get agreement. Now just agree with me that that's what I am, and then now treat me according to that decision. And he's saying these are just dream ideas of who we are, and we want to stop doing this because we want to be a part of the awakening to our true, abundant, eternal, powerful identity. And so we can't limit ourselves to these dreams of who we are. And we need to remove our agreement with it and dream a dream the Holy Spirit is giving us about who we are.
When it says sharing is a cause produced, but in a way it's not a real cause.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got that right. It's a cause for a dream, not a cause for a real thing. Dreams need agreement to be believed.
Okay.
Without agreement, they are not believed. Okay, where are we?
Is it my turn?
Paragraph 6, isn't it?
Yeah, I think maybe.
Well, I'll go for it. You share confusion, and you are confused. For in the gap, no stable self exists. What is the same seems different, because what is the same appears to be unlike. His dreams are yours, because you let them be. But if you took your own away, would he be free of them and of his own as well? Your dreams are witnesses to his, and his attests the truth of yours. Yet if you see there is no truth in yours, his dreams will go, and he will understand what made the dream.
So that's really just trying to restate what we just said. You want to come from the Holy Spirit's perspective of every minute as much as possible, because now you're not playing a dream part in some drama. If you're doing what the Holy Spirit wants you to do, it's breaking up dreams. It's breaking up identity in dreams. If you're not letting the Holy Spirit guide you, you fall into a dream pattern, like I'm going to play victim, you're going to be the victimizer, or maybe I'm going to be the victimizer, you'll be the victim, and I'm playing this part, you're playing that part, now we're convinced. Guilt's real. It's got two sides. And so we have all these little different specific ways where when we're doing the Holy Spirit, you don't play either side of that. And now he says, then that gives the other person the ability to let go of their dream that they're a victim or a victimizer or whatever it is.
You know what, I'm thinking when I'm reading this about studying this a few years ago after my husband had just died after a long illness, and how I really wasn't able to see as much as possible beyond the dream. I mean, I was doing the best I could, but I was suffering because he was suffering. And what that did in the long run was make me want to stay completely away from anybody who's got any pain. So that I had no compassion. It's like I couldn't go to compassion because I had false empathy that hurt.
Yeah, you were taking responsibility for the suffering.
And on some,
Yeah,
unconscious
right.
level. It was, it's like
Yes.
in form I was doing everything that I could, and I was doing the best I could. But I wasn't really letting go of his dream. I was buying into his dream. It was very painful here. And what that did was stop me from joining in true empathy with people.
That makes total
for a long
sense, yeah.
time. So it wasn't like I thought he was victimizing me. It's just that I fell into the pit with him.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what it's saying, because that's what we'll do. We'll fall into the dream, and now we're a dream identity, and we're not affirming the truth.
Yeah, there is no truth in my ego version of reality.
Now that is the true statement.
That's a good one.